the Gertrude Bratt cargo ship, which is one of these three I haven't figured out yet. And I don't know, the only way that I really know realistically how to figure out which ship is which is by going into your observation and actually getting a visual, and usually of course it's written on there. We're a little too far though, I can't quite see.
Skipper?
We'll have to wait till we get a little bit closer. The other issue is these are kind of in a tight group, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to get an angle. I'm going to try to attack all three simultaneously. But in this tight of a group, sometimes the one in front of one of the others will end up taking a torpedo for one of those. Which, since this is fairly early in the game, I only have T1 and T2s. I don't have any T5 torpedoes that track the propellers. So once they know they're under attack, it's almost impossible to hit them with a regular torpedo that doesn't track them because they vary their speed and their course. So you have to pretty much use your deck gun at that point. Let's see, how's our calculation is going pretty slow here. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I think I'm getting a little close, and instead of trying to speed up and maybe get an angle on them from the front, I'll just hopefully by the time they get in front of me here, I'll be in a good position to fire on them. We'll see, maybe I should shallow out the angle just a touch. And this new, this is the new beta that just came out, and man, it is, you know, I already love this game, and they just keep making it better, so I can't say enough about it. Alright, so let's speed this up a little bit, see what's going on. The targeting can certainly take a while, so try to plan for that with your crew energy levels and stuff. Alright, so we're getting pretty close. I should be able to probably spot who's who.
Skipper?
And I have targeted manually before, to be completely honest. I'm just not very good at it. So I usually let my guys do it. Man, I hate when this happens. Sometimes it's like the periscope just is barely clear in the water. And I'm not 100% sure. I have adjusted I've taken it off periscope depth and brought it up a little bit, and that's helped on occasion. We actually are just a touch lower. I think what I'm going to do... Alright, I need to figure out real quick how warm are my torpedoes. And they are not. So I think this guy needs to be warming up torpedoes. I was going to send him to manage the depth steers and help me get a better steady depth, but I think it's more important we get him warming the torpedoes. Yeah, I just can't tell. I would like to confirm which ship is which. Alright. Yeah, I'm just having a lot of trouble doing it.
Skipper?
I guess what I'm going to do in this case, I'll take the captain and put him on the observation periscope. Maybe I can get a better look this way. And this isn't even coming close to clearing the water. Wow, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Yeah, we're hanging out at 10 meters instead of 8. I'm going to try seeing if I can get him to come up just that little bit. Hopefully this doesn't end up breaching the surface and alarming everyone. I don't think it did anything.
Skipper?
Alright, well once this guy's done on the torpedoes, we might be able to have him manage the depth steers and help out there. I was going to have him warm all 4 of the 4 tubes, the front tubes, and leave the aft for now.
Periscope depth.
So I don't think we're going to need that. So I had to restart with the new install on the update here. So it does suck. I was like in 1944 in my last game. So instead of U-96, I chose U-552 on this run through. Just to switch it up a little bit. Alright, we're a little closer. Am I going to be able to read the name though? I don't think so. Well, I'm not sure
Skipper?
why I can't really get that to work out. And of course, if you wait long enough, the names will appear here, and that would be that, you know, whoever your periscope operator is able to identify. But just having trouble being above the surface at all here. But we're getting there on the torpedoes. Alright, and as I'm seeing, this little green bar, or bar turning green at the bottom of the character panels here tells you their progress with the task that you have them on. So I have them calculating the torpedo course, and right now this guy is doing way better, my periscope guy. Actually, I should probably have the captain targeting one of these as well to help out.
Calculate torpedo course.
But yeah, my hydrophone operator is just kind of slow at calculating it right now. Okay. So looks like it might be a good idea to speed up a little bit.
Faster, faster.
Because we're going to be in position pretty soon, I think, to start firing. I just wish we could get a confirmation. I'm just having a really trouble visually getting a look. This periscope's completely underwater, so yeah, I'm not sure. Well, we're not too far from them now, though. And you know, ideally, you want to try to get the most broadside shot on them you can. That increases your odds of hitting. Of course, if they were coming like straight at you, there's a pretty good chance that the torpedo would miss just slightly one side or the other. But broadside, you know, you have your best odds of hitting them. So, all right, so he's warming torpedo 4, and then I'm gonna have him come and support the depth steers. So that might hopefully give us a little better steady depth to use our periscopes. And then maybe we can read the names on the ships. But yeah, this one is almost calculated. That's I think target B. It's 94%, which is really pretty good. That's probably plenty for what I need. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it to this one.
Calculate torpedo course.
Let's get him calculating that, and I have my radio man and the captain working on calculating this furthest back target. And our torpedo is just about there. So And of course, early in the game, this was the good times for the Kriegsmarine in World War II. This was when they were almost transports were almost undefended, and oftentimes were undefended. But this was early on, so the game is pretty easy, which is good because your technology is not there. For instance, like once you get the snorkel and stuff through the technology research, that really helps. That cuts your need to surface fully way down. So early in the game, that kind of I know it's not historically accurate, but man, that's my first technology I tend to research is the snorkel. It is so useful when you're in a attacking convoy, especially during the day, when your batteries and air are just running low. So, all right, so this looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna maybe alter course just a touch and let's speed this up. All right, so man, we're getting in a fairly, I think it's a fair position on them. Okay, I think we could actually cut back in. I might have overcompensated there just a touch. Yeah, this guy is really good at calculating the torpedo courses compared to the other two. We're almost all set. Now that we got a guy on the depth steers. I don't think he has any help.
Skipper?
This guy. Just about. I can't quite read the ship names though. It's right there. I don't think that's it. That looks like a shorter name. Is that all three of them right there? Yep. That's the lead one there. And I cannot get... I can't tell.
Skipper?
Yeah, not sure. That's alright, we'll just go ahead and attack all of them. So you see with one of the engineers on the depth steers, they're holding way better at 8. Before they were like jumping like 6 to 10ish. Now they're holding way steadier. So that's the value of that guy. It's an extra. It has to be an engineer. Okay, let's get him back on this.
Torpedo course.
So if you don't have an extra engineer free, you know, it's I would agree again more important that they're doing stuff like warming the torpedoes and things. All right. So we got this one just about there as well. Alright, so if we get this guy, let's get all three of them working here. Let's check our lineup again. So we're pretty broadside, but I think I can't tell exactly what, if that one's kind of blocking the other or not. Actually, it looks like this is a pretty good spread for him. Yep, that's pretty good.
Skipper?
So once we get this up, which it's climbing pretty quick with all three of the guys targeting it, yeah, once we get a little closer on this, I think we're just about ready to attack. And then having our torpedoes are all warm. Now the idea there is just that when your engineer goes and preps the torpedoes for launch, I don't know any more details beyond that, but if you ever shoot a cold torpedo, there's a very high chance that once it impacts the target, it's not going to detonate. That has happened to me a time or two when I was really new to the game. So I've learned, like, I don't think it matters if you really periodically warm the torpedoes or not. If you have a dedicated mechanic, they'll do that anyway. Um, I know in real life torpedoes were a lot of maintenance back then to keep working right. So I think the idea of maintaining them regularly keeps the realism there. But at the same time, um, I don't know in the game if it's actually necessary to do it other than before you fire them. And they don't stay warm for terribly long if you warm them too soon, which I've done, and then the attack takes longer than you thought. You kind of wasted that effort. So, all right, there it is. So you see now the name popped up. That's because theoretically one of the guys on my periscope identified it. So the closest ship is the target ship in this case. We're almost there. These two are at 95, which basically they calculate a solution on where the ship's going to be, and then you program that into your torpedo mathematically, and your torpedo will attempt to be at where you set it at the same time as the ship, more or less. Of course, it's not tracking the ship, it's just based on math. So that's the whole calculating the course. A little later in the game, you do get the T5 torpedoes through technology, and those actually do track propeller noise. But there's a little bit of nuance with those, I would say. For instance, with a self-guiding or tracking torpedo, when you fire it, if I were to fire at this group, I really don't know which one it's going to hit. It doesn't matter which one I'm targeting. It's just going to seek out one and attack. And it's funny because you would think it'd be the closest, and that's not always necessarily the case. The other thing is it's not impossible for it to loop back and attack you at home on your own propellers. And supposedly there's like 2 cases in actual history where they believe the subs may have been sunk by their own torpedoes where that happened, but a lot of evidence also shows that that's not really what happened. They were likely sunk in combat and not by their own torpedoes, but that actually did happen to me once in the game where I shot a T5 and it circled around and came back at me. So the remedy to that is dive. These torpedoes are made to be on the surface, so if you dive, it really can't track you, but it's not impossible. If I don't want to dive, then what I'll do is just kill the engines if I have periscope depth or whatever, you know. Because it can't track your propeller noise if your propellers aren't making any noise. So anyway, we're up to, there's 83%. We're just about there. So and the way this attack is going to commence, I'm going to try to do this simultaneously. So I'm going to launch at the farthest ship first, then the middle, and then the closest. And I don't have a good solution. I'm sure there's like a geometry way of, you know, figuring out exactly how much time and everything you need between launches. I don't go that in depth with it. Honestly, I probably would if I was better at math, but instead I just kind of feel it out and judge it. And I've actually had quite a bit of success just judging and estimating that. And I at one time almost had, I mean, all 3 torpedoes definitely impacted within like 3 to 5 seconds of each other. So I've been pretty close on it. And the idea there is if you could do that, none of them really will run. Because if they run, you have to, as you know, really the only way to do it is to surface the ship. And use the deck gun. So we'll see. That might be something we have to do. And it's not impossible that these are going to miss either, one or more. I am about to launch the T1 torpedoes, so that's the first version. And yeah, they just, wow, we got a great angle on these guys now. But yeah, the T1s are not always very reliable. So Alright, we're at a 90% solution. We're just about there. Oh no, and now my torpedoes are cooling down. So I need to get this guy back to warming 1 and 2.
Tube 3 flooded.
Alright, he's going to do it. See, so there you go. I waited too long. And now it's I'm gonna have to just, hopefully it won't cool down my T4 or my T3 here before this one's warmed up and ready to fire. There will be a little bit of a delay, but I gotta try to time this right if I wanna do my simultaneous attack. Alright, so just about, I've found anything above 90 tends to be pretty good at hitting the target. But, you know, it's probabilities, you never totally know. We're halfway warmed on torpedo 1. Alright, so I think we're probably about there, and I don't want to risk the third one cooling down. Alright, so targeting the furthest freighter.
Fire.
Alright, there it goes. So close out of that one. We're going to target B. Open up our
Tube 4.
torpedo menu. Flooding 4. And now again, this is where I'm estimating. I'm just thinking how much longer is that one going to take to get there. And there's tube 1 is warmed as well. So I'm just, again, just kind of guessing. I think about that should be good. We're going to flood tube 1. Goes out of that. Target the first freighter.
Tube 1 flooded.
And that was the one we just warmed. And again, I'm just kind of estimating, okay, how much closer is this one? I think it's quite a bit closer, honestly. I just hope that torpedo doesn't get too close and hit that middle ship. Alright,
Fire.
I think we're there.
Skipper.
Alright. And what I'm doing now is instead of having them target an individual ship, they'll try to calculate simultaneous solutions. Alright, let's turn here.
The torpedo is halfway to the target.
And again, I'm not sure if I estimated these distances right or not, who knows, but we'll find out soon enough. It looks like I need this torpedo to pass just behind this first ship if it's gonna make it. And it looks like it's actually on, yeah, it's not gonna hit the first one. Actually, it looks like it's behind the second ship too. I can't tell, let's see.
The torpedo is halfway to the target.
So I think I might have waited a little too long on the first one. Or on the last one, in comparison. Yeah, I should have fired it just a few seconds earlier, I think. And when you zoom in and it goes to like the real game map, it's just, that's one of the coolest features ever. Yeah, see, I was close. They're looking pretty good, but this one, if it was about here, I think we'd get
40 seconds.
a little better. They're looking good though.
30 seconds.
Alright, here we go.
20 seconds.
Yeah, man, if it was just a little bit closer. A little sooner. Alright, here we go.
Seconds to impact. 30 seconds. It's a hit.
There's one.
The deck is on fire.
There's
Major
two.
hull damage. It's a hit. Minimum
And
damage.
And then, see, this is where I would have liked that third one to hit already. Looks like it's on track. You can see it right there. And looking good. Oh yeah. Oh, they're turning. Yeah, they're turning. They turned away from my torpedo. Okay. So this is now, I really, because they're turning, there's no way I can honestly, there's no way I'm going to get another torpedo at them. They're doing evasive maneuvers. So I have no choice but to attack from the surface.
40 seconds to torpedo impact.
No, it's going to miss. I'm not sure what he's talking about. We're going to have to run this down. Alright, diesel engines.
Faster, faster.
Speed up, we're going to chase these guys down.
Change course.
Put a course about there.
10 seconds to impact.
I'm not sure what he's calculating. I'm going to get this guy on the deck gun.
It's a miss.
Yep, we figured that one out. So I'm not sure. I think we did minimal damage on the middle one. And that first one might be the only one that could potentially be sunk. Alright, let's see what we can get here.
Fire on board.
I hit him. He's not our target, actually. This is our target. I might want to wait till I get closer. I don't have a ton of shells. Yeah, I think that was just a touch low. It's hard to see. That was just a little low. I don't know if any of these are actually hitting. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at the little closer one. That hitting the water just a little bit short. I think that's as zoomed as I can get on it, which doesn't really help. We're just gonna have to get closer. Let's try these other shells. That hit just short. Oh, here we go. We're getting a decent angle on this guy, I think. That's our actual target ship. As long as I'm not hitting short, I think I'm on target. That one probably went over. Alright, we're gonna have to just get closer, I think. I don't have a ton of shells. Yeah, and that hitting the water a little short. Alright, let's speed up even a little more. I can't click it. Oh, crap. My little recording thing's in the way. I gotta be hitting them. Alright, definitely gonna wait till I get closer at this point. I don't want to run out of ammo.
Faster! Faster!
I'm gonna crank this thing. I don't know how these ships are so resilient here.
Change course.
Well, I didn't see it hitting the water. This one's not too far. Man, and that we didn't sink any of these yet.
Set a course to these coordinates.
We are moving.
Fire on board.
Alright, that helps.
Change course.
Slow her down a little bit.
We're slowing down.
Where's this other guy too? Yeah, I was gonna say he can't be too far. She's on fire.
We're slowing down.
Wonder if we can punch a hole in this one too. She looks like she's sinking.
We're slowing down.
Just want to make sure we get it. Still on fire. I think they're abandoning ship. I think it's going down. Waves are picking up a little bit.
The deck is on fire.
He's HE, I think, on my fire ones. Probably should have been shooting at the superstructure of that other ship more than the hull with these. So it looks like the Gertrude is sunk. Yep. We got it. There's a chance we can get this one. Not totally expecting it with pretty much no shells left. There we go. It is on fire though, and at least we got the target ship. Do I have a radio operator I can put on it? Wow, and we're getting this one too. I think that third one though, unless we were to try with some torpedoes, I don't think we're going to get them. And even there we'd have to wait until he stopped evasive maneuvers.
Fire!
Alright, we'll send our report. I don't know if we can really do anything to that ship.
Set a course to these coordinates.
Wait, where is that one? Yeah.
Faster! Faster!
The only thing I have at this point is the aft deck gun, the flak gun. Not sure if that would help at all in this case or not. Alright, put him back here. And I don't know, we'll try. We'll get a little closer and see if it's worth it to pursue that ship or not. Alright, let's speed up here a little bit.
Tube 1, loaded.
Alright, should have swung around the other way. There he is. Doesn't look like he's moving too quick here. I think, looks like actually, he might have some life rafts too, so it's possible it's sinking just very slowly. Let's get a little bit closer. Yeah, it's definitely disabled and looks like it's sinking real slowly here. Once I get a little bit closer, I'm going to turn a touch this way. There we go. And since I really don't have any deck gun ammunition at this point, I'll have to use the flak gun, which I think I may have used once or twice, and it actually did start a fire on board and sink the ship. But looks like when we hit it with the first torpedo, it disabled it, and it's probably sinking very slowly. Alright, let's see if I tell him to shoot at the ship if he'll... Yeah. He's not really doing it, but... There he goes. I don't know, I think I might have better luck. If I can just start a fire on board, I'd be pretty happy with that, honestly.
We're slowing down.
This doesn't seem to be working super well at this point.
Fire on board.
Hey, there we go. Figured that could happen eventually. There we go, fire spreading. If I could get the bow of the ship on fire too, that might help. There we go. Alright. I think we got her at this point. Probably don't need to waste any more ammo on it. Yeah, there we go. So in a pinch, the flak gun works as an anti-ship weapon as well.
They're sinking.
Cool. Alright, let's report that one. I'll let him do it. Alright. Well, all in all, certainly not a very pretty or coordinated attack here. But we ended up getting all 3 ships, and most importantly the target ship, so, well, I guess job well done. Thanks for watching.